Under the white canopy of a sprawling baobab tree, in a village where the red earth shimmered under the midday sun, 2 brothers were born to proud parents. The villagers, clothed in bright patterns, would come every morning to see the playful toddlers rolling in the dust. Their dark skin gleamed with health and joy, each of them a reflection of the ancestral lines that stretched back through centuries of African lore. The elder, Kato, had inquisitive eyes that sparkled whenever he encountered something new, while the younger, Jabari, had a laugh that seemed to echo from the leaves overhead. From dawn to dusk, they followed each other, like shadows dancing under the gaze of the brilliant sun. One day, a traveling storyteller visited their homestead, speaking of ancient heroes and the spirits that guided them. Kato and Jabari listened with rapt attention. Little did they know that these tales would soon intersect with their own lives in unforeseen ways, foreshadowing trials that would test their brotherhood. Even then, a subtle tension stirred in the air, as though destiny was preparing them for a painful misunderstanding that would shape them forever. Despite their closeness, a certain rivalry flickered beneath their bond. Among the elders who gathered around the fire each evening, stories of sibling rivalry were as old as the land itself, myths of storm and drought, of river and desert, always highlighting how unity could turn to discord in the blink of an eye. Kato, stronger and more adventurous, often took the lead, guiding Jabari through fields of tall, golden grass, warning him of hidden snakes or scorpions. Jabari admired his older brother and wanted nothing more than to keep pace with him, but sometimes he grew frustrated at living in Kato's shadow. Later at night, while the drums pulsed in the distance and the moon illuminated the rooftops, Jabari would drift into dreams filled with the echo of Kato's confident laughter. Yet, as morning broke, the 2 boys resumed their warm companionship, chasing each other through the compound. A subtle question hovered like a restless spirit: would the flame of brotherhood endure the inevitable test of youth and misunderstanding, or would it sputter beneath the burdens of pride? Their parents, Maisha and Momba, were pillars of kindness in the village. Maisha worked in the village gardens, her hands coaxing yams and millet from the fertile soil. Momba was a skilled hunter, known for his keen eye and swift spear. Even among the colorful tapestry of families in their region, Kato and Jabari's family stood out for their harmony. Each evening, after communal prayers, they shared stories under the stars. Maisha's sweet voice would recount the wonders of nature, often pointing to the night sky and teaching them the names of constellations gleaned from ancient tradition. Meanwhile, Momba offered lessons on survival and humility, reminding the boys that every creature, from the mighty elephant to the smallest termite, had its place in the circle of life. The children listened intently, absorbing every word. Yet behind the warm glow of the firelight, a faint tension hung in the air, as if even the ancestors knew that this familiar peace would soon be disturbed, leading the brothers down different paths. It was during the transition from dry season to wet season, a time when clouds gathered ominously on the horizon and thunder rumbled in the distance, that the seeds of conflict were planted. A rumor spread through the village that a traveler had gone missing near a bend in the great river. Some claimed it was the work of a cunning crocodile, others whispered of malevolent spirits haunting the muddy waters. The village elders decided that Momba should lead a search party. Kato, eager to prove himself, begged to accompany his father, and after much hesitation, Momba agreed. Young Jabari felt a rush of envy. He, too, wanted to show his bravery and skill, but was deemed too young for such a perilous journey. When the search party departed at dawn, leaving him behind, Jabari felt the first sting of resentment. Little did he realize that this disappointment was only the beginning of a misunderstanding that would grow like a wild weed, threatening to choke the love between him and his brother. Jabari spent restless days in the village, his heart pounding whenever he imagined the dangers Kato and Momba might be facing. Tales of lurking crocodiles and mysterious footprints by the river fed his imagination. Each evening, he would question Maisha, desperate for news. When Kato and Momba finally returned, triumphantly having rescued the lost traveler and driven away a fearsome crocodile, the village erupted in celebration. Kato was hailed as a rising hero, praised for his daring spirit, while Mamba beamed with fatherly pride. Jabari listened to the heroic tale recounted before the bonfire. Though he clapped along with the rest, a small voice inside him wondered why no one recognized his fervent desire to help. In that moment, an unspoken envy began to fester. He tried to push it aside, but the seeds of bitterness had already taken root. A subtle shadow crossed Jabari's face as the drums beat on, hinting at deeper wounds soon to open between the two brothers. Word traveled quickly through the region of Kato's bravery. Other villages invited him and Mamba to partake in hunts and festivities. Kato's confidence grew with each retelling of his exploits, and in time, he began to mirror the pride of the elders who spoke of him as if he were destined for greatness. Jabari, in contrast, felt invisible. At first, he attempted to celebrate his brother's success, singing Kato's praises as enthusiastically as anyone else. Yet with every new story, every mention of Kato's valor, Jabari felt overlooked. Small moments of kindness from Kato, an offer to share a roasted yam, a chance to join him at a neighboring village's ceremony seemed like mere pity. Jabari wrestled with these emotions, wanting to remain close to his older brother, while a gnawing resentment insisted he would always be Kato's shadow. One afternoon, an argument over a broken clay pot erupted. Harsh words were exchanged, and in the aftermath, neither brother would speak to the other. The silence that followed was louder than thunder, hinting that a painful rift had formed, one that would soon grow dangerously wide. Before the rains arrived in full force, the village prepared for the harvest season. Everyone pitched in, clearing fields and digging irrigation channels. Kato walked side by side with Mamba, lifting heavy bundles of reeds to reinforce the huts. Jabari struggled with his tasks, overshadowed by Kato's competence. When an elder scolded Jabari for being sluggish, Kato stepped in to defend him. To onlookers, it was a magnanimous act of brotherly love, but to Jabari, it felt like another reminder that he needed saving. Anger burned in his chest, more potent than any scorching midday sun. He snapped at Kato, who turned away in her disbelief. Their mother, Maisha, noticed the friction and tried to calm them, reminding them of the importance of unity. But the invisible wall between them only hardened. An unease settled over their homestead, as if the wind itself refused to blow through, leaving a suffocating stillness that no one dared break. Months later, an unexpected opportunity arose that would change the course of both brothers' lives. A distant cousin from a neighboring region appeared, offering Kato the chance to train with a renowned group of hunters known as the Leopard Warriors. Their specialty lay not only in physical combat but also in spiritual harmony with the land. Kato, thrilled by the possibility, prepared to leave. On the day of his departure, the entire village gathered to wish him well. Drummers played spirited rhythms as the crowd offered blessings and small tokens for good fortune. Jabari stood on the fringes, his arms folded tight across his chest. He could not bear to look Kato in the eyes, his heart torn between wishing his brother success and the lingering anger that still simmered like embers in a dying fire. Kato turned to wave one last time, but Jabari only stared at the ground. A moment of piercing tension passed between them, and then Kato was gone, leaving the younger brother alone with regrets he could not voice.